I brought us crab, that's not enough. I give them sleep, that's not enough. I feel like it's my fault that I'm in the wheelhouse. I'm so scared about it. I've never been so scared in my life.
The deadliest gamble on Earth just claimed its latest victim, a seasoned captain swallowed by the unforgiving waves of the Bering Sea. Deadliest Catch isn't just a title. It's a warning carved into every icy gust and 40-foot wave. The ocean's rage doesn't care about experience, courage, or past survival. It only takes. Captain Jake Anderson's final voyage wasn't a tragic anomaly, but a grim reminder of the sea's unrelenting thirst for lives. Tune in to uncover the tragic end of a captain who faced the sea's unforgiving wrath. A life claimed by the merciless ocean. Captain Jake Anderson was more than a fisherman. He was a legend. His death was a gut punch to everyone who followed his journey. He'd already lived through enough personal hell for 10 lifetimes. But there's something especially cruel about the way the ocean takes. It's silent, cold, and final. When Jake went out on what should have been another routine trip, no one thought it would end the way it did. Experienced captains don't just disappear, right? But the Bering Sea isn't an equal opportunity destroyer, it's worse. It preys on the best and leaves everyone else scrambling to figure out what went wrong. But weeks later, a chilling clue surfaced, hinting at something far darker. The crew behind the cameras faces the same brutal conditions. These aren't your average reality show producers sipping coffee between takes. They're shoulder to shoulder with the fishermen, braving icy winds and relentless waves, all to capture the raw, unfiltered truth. Their dedication comes at a cost too. Director Joseph McMahon's tragic death showed that danger doesn't always come from the sea. Sometimes it's waiting for you back on dry land. But what about the future? Climate change isn't just warming the waters, it's sending crabs deeper and further into risky zones. Captains are being forced to push their boats into territories with worse storms and fewer safety nets. It's like the sea is evolving into an even crueler adversary, testing just how far these crews will go for their living. Captain Sig Hansen knows this fight all too well. He's a living legend, yet he's faced his own series of personal and physical battles. Heart attacks, family struggles, you name it, he's endured it. But the sea doesn't care about legacy or how many years you've given it. It'll chew you up and spit you out all the same. And let's not forget the ships themselves, the real casualties of the Bering Sea. From 19th century whaling disasters to modern fishing vessels, the ocean's tally of wrecks is grim. The Alaska Ranger, for example, sank in 2008 due to a rudder issue. 42 people survived, but 5 weren't so lucky. Each of these stories drives home one point. The sea isn't just dangerous, it's merciless. Deadliest Catch doesn't sugarcoat the cost of this job. It's not about the glory or the money, it's about survival, raw and unfiltered. It's about the bonds formed under pressure and the sacrifices made in the pursuit of something bigger. Every storm, every haul, every loss, it's all real. And it's a sobering reminder that for every moment of triumph, there's a moment of heartbreak waiting just around the corner. The Bering Sea doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care how skilled you are or how much you've already lost. It's out there, waiting, ready to remind everyone that nature always has the upper hand. Captain Jake Anderson's story is one of many, but it's a story that will stick with us, reminding us why this life, this dangerous, brutal, unforgiving life, is worth it for those who choose it. The relentless march of time has only increased the challenges faced by these fishermen. Technology has evolved, with ships now equipped with advanced radar systems, stronger hulls, and cutting-edge safety gear. Yet all of that progress means little when you're staring down a 40-foot wave or navigating through a maze of shifting ice. The ocean doesn't care how advanced your tools are, it's a beast that can't be tamed. The captains know this, and they accept it every time they leave the harbor. Take a closer look at the crew members who work alongside the captains. These aren't people chasing fame or fortune, they're workers who have found a kind of purpose in the chaos. They're hardened by the cold, their hands calloused from endless hours pulling in crab pots. It's not just physical endurance that keeps them going, it's the camaraderie, the unspoken bond that forms when you're risking your life with others who share your fate. They've seen friends go overboard, heard the haunting silence that follows a distress call, and felt the hollow ache of bringing back a smaller crew than they left with. The harsh reality of crab fishing isn't just about surviving the sea, it's about surviving each other. The competition is fierce, with captains racing to claim the best spots and haul in the biggest catch. The fishing grounds aren't endless, and the pressure to bring in a profitable load can push even the calmest crews to their breaking point. Arguments flare, tempers snap, and yet when the storm hits or the boat starts to tip, they pull together. It's a brutal dance of rivalry and unity, driven by the unrelenting demands of the job. When the sea takes, it leaves nothing but pain, lives lost and lessons learned. Even the Bering Sea's history is a testament to its unforgiving nature. The whaling disaster of 1871 left more than 30 ships trapped in the ice, their crews forced to abandon them and trek miles to safety. Over 1,000 men survived that ordeal, but the financial losses were staggering, leaving a mark on the maritime industry for decades. Fast forward to the present, and the sea continues to take its toll. The Orlong 501, a South Korean fishing vessel, capsized in 2014 under monstrous waves. The freezing waters claimed the lives of many crew members, a grim reminder of how quickly things can turn deadly. For the families of those lost at sea, the waiting is the hardest part. They're left at home hoping for a call, dreading the knock on the door that could shatter their world. These families are the silent backbone of the industry, enduring their own kind of storm as they wait for their loved ones to return. The emotional toll is heavy, but they carry it because they know the sea is a part of who their loved ones are. Deadliest Catch isn't just a show about fishing, it's a testament to the human spirit. It captures the highs and lows, the triumphs and tragedies of a life lived on the edge. It shows us the beauty and the brutality of the Bering Sea and the courage it takes to face it head-on. For every storm weathered, every haul brought in, and every life lost, the show reminds us of the cost of living a life defined by the sea. Step onto a fishing boat for the first time, and the first thing to hit you isn't the sea spray or the freezing wind, it's the sheer weight of expectation. Forget the romantic daydreams about adventure and camaraderie. Those stories, they're bait, not the reality. Out here, you're not just battling the sea, you're fighting to prove you've got what it takes. When the boat pulls away from the dock, the world you knew shrinks to a distant blur. The veterans barely glance your way. They've got their own routines, checking ropes, prepping gear, sharing half-laughed stories about past disasters. For them, every rookie is a gamble. Will you stick it out, or are you just another one who'll run at the first storm? Most rookies arrive with baggage. Some are escaping dull office jobs or messy home lives. Others are chasing something. Quick money, a taste of adventure, or the hope they might finally belong somewhere. But the sea doesn't care. It'll chew you up all the same. Out here, all that matters is grit. The first lesson isn't taught with words. You watch. The crew moves like clockwork, each motion deliberate, efficient, sharp. Every knot, every heave, every flick of a lever has a purpose. And mistakes? They're dangerous. A misstep or a loose rope isn't just sloppy, it's life or death. Nobody's coddling you. There's no room for it. They're too busy surviving. Then comes your baptism by fire. The sea doesn't wait for you to catch up. The waves hit hard, slamming the deck like a sledgehammer. The smell of salt and diesel fills the air, and you're doubled over, throwing up while trying not to slip overboard. The veterans might chuckle, but they're always watching. They've seen plenty who don't make it past this stage. Survive that, and exhaustion becomes your next enemy. The work is punishing, pulling heavy crab pots, braving the freezing wind, and clinging to the slippery deck while your body screams for rest. You sleep when you can, if you can. Blisters grow on your hands, your muscles ache like never before, and the cold digs so deep it feels like it's part of you. The veterans, they push you harder, not out of cruelty, but because they know it's the only way to build you up. And then there's the mental grind. The open sea is endless, isolating. That horizon mocks you, reminding you how far you are from anything familiar. The noise of the waves and the engine becomes a constant background hum, sometimes soothing, sometimes suffocating. Self-doubt creeps in, whispering, "What are you even doing here?" But the veterans, they've been there. Behind the tough exteriors are subtle lessons. A quicker way to sort crabs, a better knot, the safest spot to stand when things get rough. They won't spell it out, but they'll show you if you're paying attention. Slowly, you adapt. You stop fumbling. You move with more confidence. Your body toughens up, and so does your mind. For many rookies, the real turning point is danger. A loose cable snapping like a whip, a pot shifting dangerously, a rogue wave crashing over the deck. These moments burn themselves into your memory. Fear is natural, but the survivors learn to control it. The sea doesn't care about bravery, it rewards skill and focus. And then there's the payoff. Sure, the money is good if you make it, but there's something else. Pride. Pulling in a pot full of crabs after hours of back-breaking effort, watching the deck fill with the result of your work, realizing you've earned your place. It's worth every bruise, every blister, every sleepless night. Not everyone lasts. Plenty decide this life isn't for them. The toll, physical, mental, emotional, is too much. Nobody holds it against them. The veterans understand better than anyone that this job isn't for everyone. Those who leave take with them a new respect for the sea and for the people who stay. But for those who stick it out, something shifts. By the end of the season, you're not the same wide-eyed rookie who first stepped aboard. You've got scars, some visible, some not, and stories you'll carry forever. The veterans start treating you differently. A nod here, a shared laugh there. It's their way of saying, you made it. You're one of us. When the boat finally docks and you step back onto solid ground, you're not the same person who left. For some, it's a one-time adventure, a story to tell at parties. For others, it's the start of something bigger. The sea has a way of getting into your blood, pulling you back for more. Calm waters often lead to storms. The next challenge always looms ahead. The relentless fury of the ocean. This life isn't glamorous, it's raw, brutal, and unforgiving. But for those who answer the call, it's transformative. It's not just about catching crabs or surviving storms, it's about proving to yourself that you can endure, adapt, and thrive. And once you face the sea, you're never quite the same again. The rhythm of the days out there follows no clock, no schedule, just the unrelenting needs of the job. You wake when called, eat when you can, and work until your body screams for rest. Nights blur into days, and the endless cycle of pulling pots, sorting crabs, and setting gear consumes everything. The only markers of time are the aches in your body and the exhaustion in your mind. The sea itself is unpredictable. One moment, the water might look calm, lapping gently against the hull, and in the next, it transforms into a writhing monster, tossing the boat like a toy. You learn quickly to read the subtle signs, the way the wind shifts, the tension in the clouds, the changes in the swell. It's a language of survival, one the veterans know by heart and rookies must pick up fast. Even the smallest tasks demand total focus. Tying a line incorrectly or misjudging the swing of a pot can lead to injuries that might end a career, or worse. The veterans' sharp eyes miss nothing, and their corrections, though often barked, are lessons you'd better heed. Respect for the work and for the sea is not optional. Meals are a strange interlude. When you finally get a moment to eat, the food is wolfed down quickly, not savored. It's fuel, nothing more. Conversations around the cramped table are sparse, mostly grunts of acknowledgement or occasional bursts of laughter over some crude joke. For rookies, these moments are a glimpse into the camaraderie that binds the crew, even if you're not fully part of it yet. The physical punishment of the job doesn't let up. Every day brings new bruises, new scrapes, new layers of exhaustion. The cold seems to seep into your bones no matter how many layers you wear. The gloves meant to protect your hands seem to do little against the harsh ropes and steel traps. Your body becomes a map of the work. Every ache and scar is a reminder of the toll the sea demands. What rookies often underestimate is the mental toll. There are no distractions out here. No screens, no cities, no noise except the unceasing roar of the waves and the hum of the boat. It's just you, the crew, and the endless expanse of water. It's an environment that strips away pretense, forcing you to confront yourself in ways most people never experience. For the veterans, this mental battle is nothing new. They've learned to manage it, to compartmentalize, to find small comforts where they can. A shared cigarette on the deck during a rare moment of calm, a song hummed under their breath as they work. These are the coping mechanisms that keep them steady. For rookies, finding that balance is part of the challenge. The storms are what separate those who belong from those who don't. When the waves crash over the bow, soaking everything and everyone, and the wind howls like a living thing, there's no room for fear or hesitation. Every movement matters. Every mistake is magnified. The rookies who survive their first storm wear it like a badge of honor, a story they'll tell for years to come. Yet the job isn't all hardship. There are moments of stunning beauty even out here. The way the sunrise paints the sky in colors you've never seen. The quiet of a calm sea at night when the stars stretch endlessly above you. The satisfaction of seeing the deck piled high with a successful haul. These are the rewards that keep many coming back. As you step off the boat for the last time that season, you carry more than just your gear. You carry the lessons, the scars, the stories, and the pride of having faced something extraordinary. Whether you return to this life or not, you're forever changed by it. The sea doesn't just test you, it transforms you. And beyond the transformation, the sea teaches resilience. Each rookie discovers a hidden reservoir of strength, an ability to endure challenges that seemed insurmountable on land. It's not just about hauling crab pots or braving icy winds, it's about digging deep, finding resolve when you feel like you have nothing left to give. This resilience becomes a defining trait, something carried long after stepping off the deck. In the quiet moments between shifts, rookies often find themselves lost in thought. Staring out at the endless expanse of ocean, they confront truths about themselves, insecurities, regrets, even unexpected joys. The sea has a way of stripping life down to its essentials. It exposes you, but in that exposure, there's an opportunity for clarity, even growth. Many return home with a renewed perspective, grateful for things they once took for granted. While rookies are shaped by their challenges, the veterans are reminders of what lies ahead. They embody the balance between toughness and camaraderie, between individual skill and collective reliance. Their weathered faces and steady hands are a testament to years of survival in one of the harshest environments on Earth. For rookies, they're not just mentors, they're proof of what's possible when you respect the sea and its demands. The stories told on these boats become threads in the fabric of maritime lore. They're passed down during meals, told with a mix of humor and reverence. From the near misses with rogue waves to the miraculous hauls during impossible conditions, these tales bind the crew together. They remind everyone why they endure, why they risk so much for a life few can comprehend. When the final catch is unloaded, the boat cleansed of its salt and grime, and the paychecks distributed, there's a sense of closure. For rookies, it's a moment to reflect on how far they've come. For the veterans, it's another season checked off, another reminder of why they keep coming back. And for the sea, it remains unchanged, eternal, indifferent, waiting for the next round of challengers to test their mettle against its vast and unforgiving power. Does the ocean's relentless grip shape us into warriors of resilience or fools chasing fleeting glory? Let us know your thoughts below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tales of the sea.